You in the shot or what? We're live.
Please do not swear.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Doesn't matter, does it? The white balance. Mr. Ford. Fáilte Arash, Accordia,
Go. Pal.
the Rainmaker. It's all that water there.
You watch all that water there.
Oh, look. Move them. Good evening, Rory.
What's the story?
Jason and V.
I wonder, does he get sick of me saying that every week?
What's the story?
Yeah, what's the story?
I would say Rory has probably heard that his whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same way people, when they see me, they go, "How's it going, Mr. Wonderful?" Or, "Are you fantastic individual?" I don't need it anymore.
No.
You know, it's that kind of stuff, isn't it, Rory? It's just one of the
You
crosses.
guys get it all the time.
One of the crosses we have to bear.
I'm really tired.
Maybe doing this on a Friday evening is a bad idea.
I think doing this any time of the day at the moment is bad for me.
Yeah. Well.
Hi, Laura.
Fáilte, Laura. Conna sa táú. Gorma hagat for the comment. Gahal, would you say Tasha Gahalan? I think it was. Just watched your latest video. Beautiful spot that. Could you wild camp near that river?
Glendalough, is it?
Yeah.
Well, there was
you could
a couple beside us, do you know, wasn't it?
Where we parked the van. At the very end, you can see I'm looking down and there's a white van there next to us, and you can park there. You'd have to get there either early or late in the day. And I think because it's COVID, it's probably quiet. But you could, yeah. There was a van next to us, and it looked like they were settling down for the. You've been busy this week with the various videos and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, you see, what happened was we went to we did the review, and then we went off, and I was going to combine them all into the one video, but because the review went on for 50-something minutes, well, actually it was longer because by the time I'd cut out various bits and pieces,
ums and ahs
and stuff like that. And then we went off, and it was beautiful. It was an absolutely beautiful day, wasn't it? The light, the light was just absolutely amazing. So it just turned into a separate video, which is great. It's the first kind of felt like, although we'd been away to Mayo, it felt like the first proper little trip.
Yeah.
I think we're doing the veil when you're yawning. You know what I mean?
You can't yawn and close
cover
your
your veil.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Manners. So
Yeah. We're all
I
good
was saying,
friends here.
it's yeah, no, and the light was just it was just beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just absolutely beautiful day, and yeah, so it's great. So it's great to get 2 little videos out.
2 little videos.
I did like that. I did like that Glendalough one. I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah.
I love that spot though. Oh my god, I could spend my
Don't you?
if I when I retire, I'm gonna move to Glendalough, somewhere in Kerry or Downings.
That sounds like a job in itself.
What?
Getting to all those places. So you're either going to retire.
That's what I said.
Glendalough. You didn't.
That's what I said.
You didn't.
I did.
You left the word either.
I'll play
out.
it back.
Do.
I'll play it back. Although
You
whenever
left-
I do play things back, you're always right.
You
It's
left
very
the word
annoying.
either out. You said, I'm going to retire in.
Well, unless I win the Euro Millions,
That's what, oh, we never did it.
I did it
Oh, did you? Damn.
because we're going to win it.
You have to be in it to win it.
I tell you now, we throw a party. I might invite the guys as well.
Ah, definitely.
I think if I won the Euro Millions, I'd throw a big party and I'd fly us all over.
Whoever announces themselves in the next 60 seconds.
No, but I think the regulars on here will get an invite to the party. We'd fly them over, put them all up in a hotel, and have a big party. And obviously, we'd have to wait for COVID to be over. Well, sure, most of them are Brits anyway. So
I put them up in a hotel, and you wouldn't even let me go. I have to sleep in that bloody camper van.
Well, we'd sleep in the camper van in the car park at the hotel. That's what we do. What do you think? How much is it? 130 million or something like that? I think we could afford to fly a few people
Laura's
over.
in.
Good woman, Laura. We fly over first class, although it won't be much first class from
It'll be
the
Ryanair.
UK. Well,
We
do you know what we do? We book out a whole plane.
We chartered you.
Book out a whole plane, yeah.
Yeah, feck it.
Yeah. And everyone could come over and stay over in Ireland for a weekend, have a nice long weekend, get over here, say Thursday, yeah, and go home Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And what we do then is we just have a big party, and you could go out. But what we'd have is one night of a party.
Yeah,
right.
And then you can do whatever you want.
But then what we'd have is nice evenings. You know, we'd have a nice evening
BBQs
before,
and
then we'd have a couple of, and then the next day, and then that way, then you'd have a bit of time to yourselves as well. So if we win the lottery, that's what we'll do, right?
Right.
Cool. Private jet law. Yeah. Private jet. And I'll come over on it. Welcome you all aboard.
With your captain's hat?
Yeah.
This is the captain of your ship.
So Vanessa. Well, look, do you know what? You've more chance of being hit by lightning twice, I think, than you have of winning the lottery. But Ireland, a lot of people win the lottery in Ireland.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Euro Millions winners in Ireland.
Disproportionately, considering how small the country is.
I'd say it's just because we're a pack of gamblers.
Well, we'd probably do a lot of stuff.
It's something I never do. I always say I'm going to do that, and I never ever think of doing it.
I don't do. I do a quick pick because I think if you had set numbers and you didn't do it and and they come up, I know I'd
be devil.
Yeah, so I deliberately don't do set numbers. And that way, then when I do it, it's usually when the Euro Millions gets to this kind of number, I do it. Obviously, that's when your odds are absolutely totally the worst. But that's when I do it because again.
Well, it's generally won by quick picks.
Yeah.
And generally it's won close to the time of draw.
Is it?
They're the statistics, yeah.
Well, where I bought it today, the woman said, "Now, if you win this," she said, "you'll have to remember me." I said, "I would." And
they get a fee.
They do, yeah. They make some money off 125 or 130 million. They would, yeah, quite considerable, I think. Even 1% of that now would be a considerable amount of money, like, you know. So what 1% would be 1.3 million.
Yeah, and then, you know, superstitious people would be like, "Oh, we go in there and buy our lotto in there because that's a lucky shop."
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. That was a bit of a random start, wasn't it?
It was actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Laura's fault. No, it's definitely Rory's or Mr. Ford's, one or the other. So there you go. So I hope you liked the videos anyway. Yeah, we put them up, and I'm actually getting quite quick at knocking them out. Like that Glendalough one. What
about the videos?
That Glendalough one didn't take that long actually to do. Because I'm getting quite good at doing them and stuff like that as well, and also I think any kind of little issues and mistakes I tend to leave in and whatever and stuff like that as well. Now there was parts of it that I did deliberately, that you're probably not supposed to leave in, but I do leave them in because there's a level of, it's kind of behind the scenes stuff, but you put it in and it's sort of interesting. Because I think if you aim for perfection all the time, right, and you don't show maybe some of the process behind what's going on. To me, people might not get it, but to me it makes sense, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
I didn't hear what you said.
So I got a win on the postcode lottery, £10. Well, fair about it. Vanessa and Christian are very lucky at finding money on the road. They're always finding money. Like Vanessa, you found €50 one day, didn't you, or something like that? And I think you're always finding, and so is he. That's because they walk around with their head down. I walk with pride.
You walk with your head in the clouds.
I walk with my head held high, and I step over money, and I leave it for the little people. And you share. I found €1 one day, didn't I, or something like that?
Yeah, and you're delighted with yourself.
I was. Well, it's better than nothing.
This weekend we should be going to Fantastival.
Really?
Yeah. The June bank holiday weekend.
Oh God, yeah, wow.
Because it popped into my mind a couple of times during the week. I was going, why does it keep popping into my mind? And it was only I realised the June bank holiday weekend we should be heading down. It's
very weird, isn't it? It doesn't feel like June or June bank holiday or anything like that, does it? Although Ireland's is open now, mostly, as much as they can be, and the amount of people I could see in camper vans heading south today. So tomorrow is going to be bedlam. 500,000 people, which is a big proportion of our population, are on the move the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, going off and doing stuff. That's a big proportion. If you say half the population is, well, maybe a third of the population is children. So that leaves us with about, say 3 million adults, 500,000 of them banging around the place. Like, you know what I mean?
4 million people in Ireland?
4 million, yeah. I think the whole population, I think that the whole country maybe is not even 6 million yet. Yeah, very small population. the north is quite high in comparison to such a small space.
Yeah.
So, but I think, but our population is growing, obviously, constantly. But yeah, so there you go.
We're helping it.
Yeah. So, anything on the agenda there?
I did have something on that's after gone out of my mind.
Well, I'll just make an announcement. I saw an absolutely brilliant program. If you want to see a great program that I like, but if you watch it and you go, I don't know what this guy is on about, why he thought this is good, it'll give you an insight into me. And if you like it, it'll give you an even better insight to me. It's a video. It's on Netflix. It's by a guy called Bo Burnham, and it's called Inside. He's a comedian, and basically over the space of a year, it's one of those kind of like sheds in your, like an out office shed thing in your garden. And he, over the year, he's very talented musically, and he's a comedian, and he does an absolute. And I think it's just it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I think saying he's very talented is probably a stretch.
No, Vay,
he's
no,
talented.
No. He is. If you think about
I didn't like it.
Even if you watch it and you don't like it, and you watch it for the appreciation of what it is that he's done. If you think that he videoed the whole thing and choreographed it and wrote all the songs and sang all the songs and wrote all the jokes, and I'm just, my mind is blown by the talent he has and how he did all that and the fact that he put it together, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, I have watched this stuff in the past, but he sings songs. He's sort of like a comedian, singer kind of thing. But I think that my understanding is he struggles with his mental health a little bit as well. And
but most of those comedians do, apparently.
I think it's the angst of him, the genius that he has. I think it's fascinating. So Bo Burnham, Inside. I gave it a rating on IMDb of 10 out of 10. I loved it. Sinead, that's me. I'm Creeknaha.
Creeknaha's tired.
No.
I'm hungry.
Well, what's finished?
Creeknaha's finished, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Creeknaha. Tommy Creeknaha.
There, Mr. Ford is saying he went to the New Forest last weekend. Usually takes 2 hours 45 minutes. It took him 6 hours. Nightmare. That's obviously the amount of people on the road.
Oh, well, I hope so, unless he was driving backwards or something like that.
Went via Cork.
Yeah. Took me 6 hours. Was it traffic? No. No, I just drove really, really slowly. Ouch. Yeah. So I think like we plan to just go for a spin tomorrow, but I think
usually when we're going somewhere though, it'll say on the sat nav an hour, and it'll take us 2 to get there because we do so many stops. And
we're not. But that 2 hours, 6 hours. Oh my god. That's like the time we drove from Cornwall or Devon, was it? To the Lake District.
The Lake District,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
We drove to the Lake District.
Yeah.
And we got caught in traffic around Birmingham. And I think it added like 2 hours. It was just painful.
It was, wasn't it?
Painful.
It was just tip.
Yeah.
Tip.
And I think the thing then is we were talking to other people, and they were doing similar long journeys, but what they were saying was they were leaving really early or late. And that's what we should have done.
Should we did
no. Something had happened or something like that. But yeah, it was a nightmare. Anyway. So that is nasty. Never go away on any bank holiday. Well, yeah.
It's kind of the only time to get away though, isn't it, for a decent break?
Yeah.
It depends on where you're going. If it's a popular place that you're going to, there probably will be a lot of, like if you're heading to Wexford in Ireland, there's going to be a lot of traffic down the N11.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think
Hi, Ginger.
I think we've
Ginger Barry, sorry.
I think
Ginger.
I think we've
Ginger
no
Barry.
option to. I think you want to go away on your holidays, and I think go away for the bank holiday. But I think actually the one thing I liked about COVID was that when we did get out of the lockdown, we could travel. A lot of places were very quiet, which was nice. Even Glendalough the other day was very quiet, and then go. I think the beauty of the camper van is that you can leave it till much later, especially if you wild camp, right? You can leave it till much later in the day, and
you're self-sufficient. You're not relying on things being open and stuff.
Well, you can go. It's like, because at this time of the year, right? Say it's bright till nearly 11. You can still go and see things, and it's nice, and be late in the evening when all the suckers have gone home, or that kind of way. So I think that's the beauty of the camper van, and again with the wild camping is that if you don't get to where you're going or something like that, well, you're kind of you're where you are going anyway when you're there. If you know what I mean, like you're in the van, so it's kind of going, oh, okay, the traffic's terrible. Do you know what we'll do? We'll just pull over here and stop here for 4 hours and whatever. It's not like you're stuck in a car.
Pull out the bed.
Yeah.
Which is generally the thing we do.
Well,
pull over.
That new hole in the roof thing is brilliant. I love
Yeah.
that. So that's brilliant.
Christian loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's very good, I have to say. Although me with zippers, you know me, I was kind of getting a bit stuck with the zipper. I have very bad luck with the zippers. I can't seem to work them at all. Don't I?
That's that is a thing.
I know it's a thing.
It's a part of the brain. Because I was talking to somebody about that one day, and it's a developmental thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
In what way?
Yeah. It's like, I can't remember exactly what it was they were telling me it is, but they have it. And they were saying they can't tie knots either. They can't undo knots or tie knots or something like that.
There's a form of I think it's dyspraxia or something. It's like dyslexia, but it's your dexterity and stuff like that. Well,
it's more on the spectrum of autism, but yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have I brightened it up too much? That looks very bright, that doesn't it?
No, it's alright.
It looks better on the camera.
Stephen Bleeding Spielberg.
It's a video on you. Vanessa said something the other day that threw me. She said Stephen Wonder, the singer. And I was like, who? I mean, I genuinely went, Stephen Wonder.
I wonder who that is.
Who's Stephen Wonder? No, Stevie Wonder. Okay. Stephen Wonder. You wouldn't know who he was, would you? Stephen Wonder. Stephen
Wonder.
Stephen Wonder. Are you here?
I wonder.
So, that's it then, V. I'm out. I'm done.
Fill the water tank with Malibu.
Very good. Yep, and the M3, nice when we got there. Yeah.
Pharmacist Stuart over the counter isn't here after all is asking for that 5-year review. He's not even here to congratulate you on doing it.
That's gratitude. I always thought he was selfish. I always thought he was
I've got what I came here for now. I'm gone.
Yeah. He's he'll probably watch this in playback and we'll be like,
yeah,
shocking.
That was fair.
Shocking. Yeah. Maybe he's embarrassed. So yeah,
I think he's up for the crack.
Yeah. So what else do you want to talk about, mate?
He's probably gone, that wasn't worth waiting for.
For the review.
All that rambling and giving out.
Well, we dedicated the video to him and everybody else, obviously. But we singled him out because he never shuts up going on about.
Don't say it like that.
I'm only joking. Now you make it sound like I'm being serious. I was joking. But he does never stop asking for it. Drives me mad. And the 6.1.
The past few weeks he was, where's the review? Yeah.
Yeah, past few weeks. He's been going on about it for months.
Has he? Well, that's a few weeks.
And he wouldn't make any allowances and we were in lockdown. I was like, dude, we can't go anywhere. I'm not doing it in the driveway. And at one stage, I think he was saying to do it in the driveway. They go, no. I'm not doing it in the driveway.
Not doing it there.
No, I knew where we wanted to go and we couldn't get there because they blocked it all off with big boulders.
Yeah.
So we had to go somewhere else. And then I was being haunted by those flies.
There was a lot of flies, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was driving me mad. I was plastered in that lemon stuff, wasn't I? To kind of keep them away.
Limoncello? No, not limoncello.
I think they were like hoverflies, so I think we were okay.
Flies, yeah.
I think we're okay. They weren't really bitey
just
bugs.
Very annoying.
But I do get bitten though. They love me.
Extra.
They love me, they do. So there you go. Thanks very much. Great video. Thank you.
Will we tell them about the prospect of the baby coming in?
If you want. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Well, no, not really, but if you're running out of stuff to talk about.
Go on then. Thank Jesus on your saving me from watching Dancers with Masks. What's that?
That's the Masked Dancers thing.
What?
Yeah, you know it was the Masked Singers before. We've never watched it. We've only ever seen a little bit of it on Gogglebox. So it's somebody all dressed up in costume, and you have to try and figure out who they were.
Oh my God.
Well, look, times are tough and people need to be entertained.
And that's entertainment?
Well, apparently it is. People love it.
Oh, I just wish I was one of those. I don't want to sound patronising or condescending or like that, but I just wish I was that kind of person who could watch that and go, that's brilliant entertainment altogether. Because there's just so much stuff on the telly I just can't watch. And it's very, and then there was a great thing on the other night, but it was on too late. It was on at like nearly 12 o'clock. I would have watched it, except I was too tired, and all the good stuff was put on late at night. But it's good in relative terms, really, isn't it?
Mm.
You know.
Well, like what you like might necessarily like. I put on the detective programs and stuff like that, and you're like
rubbish.
I like them though, and as I said to you, they actually help me sleep.
They're so stupid.
They help me relax and go to sleep.
They're so
or whatever bit more that helps me relax and go to sleep. I don't know.
They're so stupid. I can't. I just again. I think I think there was a phase when I did. I liked Touch of Frost. And,
yeah. How could you not?
What's the other ones as well? Bergerac was good, and they are
Poirot.
good. Yeah,
I have to like Poirot.
But I think as I get older, I've just lost interest in those.
I like Vera because I just like it's so
that's
unrealistic.
That's so stupid. That's the worst one of all. That is, and she's the best detective ever working in the middle.
Like
but then she always manages to solve everything, and then they confess to everything. Have they ever heard a no comment? No comment. They tell her everything.
Midsummer Murders, I like too.
Yeah, need to be brain dead to enjoy it. Yeah, most stupid program. Don't hold back, Laura. Let it out. Myself and Laura, kindred spirits.
Is that I tell you?
Nobody should watch it, but she has to.
That doesn't happen in our house, does it?
That's terrible. I do. You have the remote. I just have you well trained, and when I walk into the room, you give it to me. The remote. Go on then. You wanted to talk about your baby. What did you want to talk about?
You watched the reaction of people watching TV.
Yeah.
Well, Jason doesn't really watch Gogglebox. That's more Christian and I.
I do. It's a good show, though.
You kind of have it in the background, but you're usually doing this.
You see, when we finish here now, so what happens is when we finish here, this is the routine for Friday night, right? This is typical for Friday night, right? If there could be alcohol or no alcohol involved, right? So what will happen is that we'll finish here at 9. The guys are going to watch Gogglebox, and I'm recording this at the moment, right? So I have a thing recording this. So what I'll do is I will go in then and edit it to be ready as for the podcast. So what I do is I listen back. I'll listen to the whole thing back for an hour just to make sure that what we say is okay and stuff like that, and the quality. And I find it entertaining actually to listen to myself mainly, but you're entertaining as well. And so I listen back. And then what I do then is I upload it to Podbean or Spotify, and then that'll bring me up to a little after 10. I usually have a big bowl of popcorn at that stage, and then we'll start watching something. Now, if I have alcohol on board, I'll usually go onto YouTube, start watching music videos, and I'll be gone down there till 2 or 3 in the morning. There's no alcohol involved. It could be till maybe 12:30 or 1, and in that way then I have to say to Christian to go to bed because he's a complete night owl. I don't know where he gets it from. I cannot stay awake.
And I'm in bed hours at that stage anyway.
Vanessa's in bed a long time, yeah.
Because I really can't stay awake.
No, so that's kind of my. So it's this. There's a bit of work involved in a Friday evening for me, but it's a labor of love, if you know what I mean. Because I like doing the podcast and I like putting it up and stuff like that. So there you go. And I have to say again, this sounds kind of maybe fake, but it's not. I do love this interaction. I think it's great. You know what I mean? I consider you guys. I know this sounds really corny when I say it, but I consider you friends, so, and I mean that, don't I? It's the best kind of friendship. You know what I mean?
Virtual.
It suits me. It's the perfect friendship. Everyone's very nice to me, obviously very intelligent, and they're all thousands of miles away. So it's perfect.
Nobody's going to turn at the door.
It's perfect. Yeah, no, it's perfect. And what seldom is wonderful. Anyway,
you
talk
actually
about
said
your baby.
that to me last night, didn't you?
What?
When you have this baby, we're not going to have loads of people turning up at the hall door.
That's the worst thing about it. All these people calling up forever.
My family love babies. What can I say?
Look, I don't mind that, but it's just there's people calling all the time, and I just can't do small talk. And I get a moaning now, but I get a pain in my face from.
They get a pain in their face from you.
So people come in and you used to make small talk. Like, I can't make small talk. That's a problem.
You can't. But I think you do a good job of making small. You're definitely better than me at making small talk.
Really? Someone said that to me in the past, and I said that before. They said, "What? You're the king of small talk," and I was going, "Really?"
I would say you're definitely better than I am at making small talk. I am no good at small talk. I can do conversations, but I can't do small talk.
Well, I don't know what that means then, because people have said that to me before, and I consider I struggle. But I think the thing for me is that I can talk about something and show a lot of interest, but inside I'm dying. You know, inside I'm kind of going,
you're bored out of your mind.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make small talk with you for a few minutes, and then if we can't deepen the conversation, then I start to struggle. You know, those people who incessantly keep everything real, you know, light and frothy, and you know, they're moaning about their problems, whereas I'm kind of going, well, why do you have problems? What's your problem about, and what caused that? And so your mother bet you, and they're like, I never said that, and you're kind of going, well, let's explore that. Amateur psychology, but it's kind of interesting. But I think that's where I always want to go. But
you like to go deep.
I do. Well, I'm kind of interested in what makes people tick, as opposed to that kind of frothy surface layer stuff, which is of absolutely no interest as well.
Yeah, we always know that whole "I'm breezy" isn't true.
Well, I think the thing I've learned is that to trust your gut instincts, right? I used to, but I do now. I really, if my gut is telling me there's something wrong with a person, or some issue, or something, my instincts,
you're not connecting with.
Well, my instincts are kind of saying. So I think the thing is what I've learned over the years is to probe people, in that if someone is that kind of, you're kind of going, okay, this is a total faker baker here. Let's see what this person, and then try and probe them, and then see what's going on, and then try and get to some deeper level. But some people are the masters at letting on that you've gotten to a deeper level, and all they've done is just put up another defense, and you kind of think you're probing them, but they're not. I know people who are like that they're excellent at kind of the kind of person who looks for help and support, but has no intentions of taking your advice on board.
Yeah.
And that's what used to happen to me in the past. I used to get suckered into kind of talking to these people and helping them. And sure, they'd no intentions of...
No, and unfortunately, that's just what people are like.
Yeah, no intentions of, you know, so that's the thing. Can't be doing with that deep chat. Why is that now? You see, that's interesting. Let's probe that.
You be gone.
Wait for the probing. Yeah, no, it's just interesting. I think people are interesting. You know, like I was on a call the other day. I won't name names, right? But I could see someone acting a certain way, and it was quite interesting how they were acting. It was sort of out of character for them. And I was like, oh, it's quite interesting to see. Why are you yawning?
I'm very tired.
It's quite interesting to see, and I think it kind of probes my interest, you know, that kind of way. But this wasn't the kind of person you could question. What do you want to talk about your baby?
My baby?
Yeah.
Our baby.
What do you want to talk about?
No, I was just going to say about being in the hospital the other day, and section booked and all that jazz. So we could be going off on maternity leave for a little while.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the case, yeah. We'll well, you got a date, but you don't want to go on about dates, do you?
No.
Okay, so we have a date in mind, and what will be? I suppose we'll be off air probably for a week or two, would we?
A few weeks anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks.
You think so?
Yeah.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I could do this on my own.
No.
Although you never know. Wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't be the same.
Will you be busy minding the other child?
That's true. Wouldn't be the same. Me. Wouldn't be the same without you. It's your podcast anyway, so it wouldn't be the same.
Minding me when I come back, but we'll put a little picture up on the community thing. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I just now you have me paranoid now with that glass down your elbow.
Well, mind me phone.
Your phone's waterproof. So
possibly, but the last one got gravy in it and the microphone broke.
And when there's no substance, they make stuff up. Yeah. But you see, I think the thing is, bet you're into body language, Jay. Yeah, see, it's all fascinating stuff in that. I know from my own, so I take from my own experience of what a basket case I still am. But with a little bit of help and understanding, you can kind of realize how, you know, you can kind of unlock things in your own mind and dig a little bit and get down into details. But like everyone's a fruitcake, like, you know, nobody's
we all have issues.
Yeah, so.
But if anyone is actually likes books and is interested in books. This book is from Oprah Winfrey and Bruce D. Perry. He's a medical doctor. He's also a psychologist, a child psychologist, and it's called What Happened to You. And it's basically conversations between the two of them about different stories that he's come across and she's come across over the years, and about how childhood trauma affects you in later life. And it's actually very, very interesting.
Yeah. Now, you see, for me, that's what's fascinating. That if I sat down with somebody and I don't want to sit with somebody talking about all their problems, right? I don't want to do that, right? That is just tedious. What I want to do is sit down with somebody who's prepared, who A, understands what their issues are, and B, is prepared to explore them. That's fascinating. And that'd be so. So if you sat with somebody and then they recognized there's some kind of issue, you know, there's a guy I know.
Well, that's what coaching is.
There's a guy.
I told you should get into it.
Yeah, but you see, you need. I don't think I could do it all the time. But there's a guy I know, and he's I could see him getting very heavy, and he's gaining a lot of weight. And I know from my own weight issues that it's funny because I can see, if I look back, I can see when I've gained weight and stuff like that. But and I remember I nearly said it to him one day. You're putting on a lot of weight, but you're kind of going, what is going on with you? Like, that's, see, the thing for me, it's kind of like, I'm fascinated. Like if someone who's drinking too much, or someone who's, you know, it's kind of like, what do you think's going on with you? Now they could scream and run for the hills and go, there's no issues here. But I think the thing is, it's kind of going, like, what is going on with you? But I'm not, like, obviously I'm not a professional, and I don't think I'll cure the person. But it's kind of like to start to tap into somebody who's introspective and kind of going, well, you know what? When I was growing up, this happened to me, and I wonder. And then if you could kind of bounce things back and forth off them and stuff like that as well, because it's very helpful for yourself. It also helps you to kind of understand things, and I think that's bad, as opposed to sitting in a pub and listening to guys talking about football all day long. I'm kind of going, like, you know, really, it had, you know. I know when you go away on kind of work things or something like that, say people are trying to keep the conversation professional and light. Again, that's my worst nightmare. That's when I really, really, really struggle, and it draws the energy out of me. I feel myself going downhill. What I have to do is, people who know me now professionally would laugh about this, but I'll disappear. I'll be gone for an hour, and I remember one time.
You do that at weddings too.
Yeah, well, anything where there's a lot of people, I'll disappear for a while. But what happened was, I was at this work thing, and I disappeared, and I just basically kind of going to the toilet or something like that. And
you disappeared at our wedding.
You
went outside smoking a cigar. I couldn't find you for the first dance.
Well, I have to get away. So what happened was, I went and I think they all thought we were staying in the hotel, and I think they all thought I'd gone to bed. And then I came back, and they were like, "Where were you?" And I said, "I was just outside." But what they didn't realize was I'd gone to a pub in a different part of the town. All right, and I'd gone in and had a few pints while I was sitting there at the bar, and there was a nightclub, because I love music, right? So I'd gone into the nightclub, and I'd gone in and had a couple of drinks, and I was on my own, which doesn't faze me in the slightest, right? And then what I did was, once I felt I'd unwound, I was able to go back.
Yeah.
And I went back into it, and someone said it to me, "Where were you?" Blah blah blah, and I just said I didn't. But then I made the mistake of telling somebody about it one of the days, and then that person blabbed to everybody, right, and told everyone what I'd done.
Lip sync ships.
And so then from then on in, people kind of know. So what I did was, it's my mojo, and I'd given it away. I'd given away my secret sauce. So what people say to me now is, they kind of keep an eye on me, as to kind of go, and actually there's one person.
Probably put bets on when they're going to disappear. Well,
there was one person, a female person, and she knew this, and then she was saying to me, "If you slink off, I'll go with you." Right? Now it wasn't in well, it definitely wasn't in that kind of way for me. It could have been for her, because obviously, I mean, look at me. So, but I was like, "Oh no." Oh, it's going. No, you're exactly the kind of person I'm trying to get away from for an hour. I'm not going to drag you with me, you idiot. So you're kind of going, okay. So
and now
like,
you're trapped.
So I'm like, oh my God, no, because now I'm thinking now I'm going to have to really, really, really be careful and be slinking off because if this person's trying to catch me going,
There'd be no
they'll
bringing a
come
coat
with
with
me,
you.
and I'm like, oh my God, no. So you're kind of going, oh my God. So but then I think then we were at some other thing, and she was saying that to me. She was like, going, because again, I think for some people, to be fair to her, I think for some people they probably maybe the same as me, or maybe they like the idea of in the middle of a party going off and doing something different and then coming back.
Mm.
You know, I remember I did it one time. It was in my brother's house. My eldest brother was having a party, and even in small groups, I think smaller groups are even more intensive.
Well, to be fair, I can't blame them trying to get away from your family.
So what happened was then I went off up to town. I just said I'm going to go out for 5 minutes, and I went off up into the town. I went and had 2 pints in my favourite pub, and what I did then was I came back and I felt better, but I could see by him it hurt his feelings.
Of course it would. And
I didn't mean to. It's not. It's more mental. It's a mental health thing with me where I just need to get away from people from time to time. You know.
There's Rory after asking a good question.
What's that?
If you were heading on a road trip and could only bring one music album, what would it be? I think we had this conversation before, actually. We were talking about going on a spaceship there.
Very hard because I like so much music, but I think the initial response would be it'd probably be an album by Radiohead. One of their albums, or we did. Yeah, we were saying that we were going to Mars, wasn't it? And you were saying about bringing ABBA or something like that.
Carpenters.
But I think it would be Radiohead.
I think I might bring the Eagles now.
No, see, get sick of that.
Get sick of Radiohead.
No, because Radiohead, it's hard to understand what he's singing about half the time, right? And then slow, like, you know the way, was it? I woke up sucking a lemon, right? You know, I woke up sucking a lemon. And I was like, what is he talking about? I couldn't understand the lyrics. But then, you know, when you listen to the lyrics, because they're hard to understand, but then they're different, whereas you can hide your lies. Yeah, I know, but after like 1,000 times.
Kenny Rogers.
So it's a good question, Rory. What would you bring?
I like music that I can sing to. I like...
You could sing to Radiohead.
It's a bit slit your wrists, isn't it?
Oh no, it's brilliant stuff.
It's good, yeah, it's good. Remember they done the video, wasn't it, of the baby round the womb or something like that?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
they did a great video. Remember the great video of them lying? Remember your man's lying down on the road? Fantastic video, brilliant video. I tell you that. So basically, I think I've told people this before. There's a guy walking along a path.
And then other people come and lie with him. We've had this exact conversation on this.
Well, he's 29 and we have to, you know, we're bound to kind of cover all ground from time to time. Don't be picking on Rory.
I'm not.
You are.
Picking on
That's
you,
a joke.
The same story.
I was joking.
To Rory.
I was joking. Like, you're so sensitive.
Shut up now or I'll burst you.
Unbelievable. So
you wait till this podcast is over.
I think Radiohead. Probably a few of their albums, to be honest. Maybe if you could bring one band with you. Radiohead.
Band. That would mean you have to bring people with you.
Who else would you bring? Maybe something like Glenn Campbell or something like that.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell. I never get sick of it. The Wichita Lineman. I can hear that song forever and I love it. Now, who else would be good?
Rory would bring something from the Beatles.
Oh yeah. Yes. The Beatles, yeah. Again, just, you know, great music. I used to like them.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to be into them, and it's only recently I started to appreciate them. Really, you know. I think the thing for me is that they were so ubiquitous and so I'm not one for hype, you know. So you're kind of going. Everyone was going about how great they were, and I was kind of going, eh. But I think then I actually sat down and started listening to them. I was like,
Laura's saying Kenny and Dolly.
Patsy Cline.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, yeah, very good. Oh.
What next?
Little Dragon.
Oh,
I love them.
No.
I love them. They're I'd bring them. So if I could bring the collection of music from 2 bands, it'd be Little Dragon and Radiohead. And then I'd be done. That'd be it then.
Who's Mr. Ford saying? The Beat?
The Beat, 2-tone all day.
Don't know who they are.
It's is it kind of ska, isn't it? Ska, and what's it called? You probably looked them up.
One Step, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Don't know what I'm doing. Yes. So yeah. So I think anything else? Oh, are you still going to try and talk about the baby or what? Jesus Christ! Look at the time.
I did. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. One step. What did I sing?
I don't know, but they're from Birmingham.
That's offensive to Brum.
Why is that? I'm only doing their accent.
Is it Brummy? If you're from Birmingham, it's Brummy, is it?
Yeah, Brummy. If you're from that's a Liverpool accent.
I can't do accents at all. If I do Australian, I sound Indian.
They're out a long time.
Of course they are. Scan, all that's around a long time. A long time.
Active years 1978 to 1983, 2006. 2003, and then they obviously just came out for 2003, and then they came back in 2006 to present.
Yeah. Mirror in the bathroom. I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's good to have a mirror in the bathroom when you can see whether there's toothpaste all over your face or not.
Go on, B, talk about your baby.
Yeah, so we will probably most likely take a little bit of maternity leave off.
Not yet. Not for a while.
It'll be a few weeks. Probably about 4 or 5 weeks before we do. Just be careful because you'll get copyright.
I can't.
So, but Jay will put a picture up on the community thing. Okay.
I can't because if I'm plugged in, we'll get feedback on this thing.
Oh.
Right, you entertain the troops.
Oh, no, you know I'm not good at that.
Just count in Irish.
Hain.
Right, okay.
Dough. He left me on my own. I'm not very good when I'm left on my own. I feed off Jason's energy. Yeah, so it'll be a few weeks. We won't be just abandoning. We'll announce probably the week beforehand that we won't be here next week for the next few weeks. But yeah, super excited now. Well, that's what I said. We'll let them know the week beforehand. Mr. Ford was able to hear it and he said, yes, that's it.
I know that's it. I have to listen to it myself. If you're
He's
looking
gone for a poo, yeah.
if you're looking for good headphones and you're into running, right? These ones, Sport Victory by they're called Sport Victory by Monster, isn't it? I think they're Monster. Yeah. Is that what they're called? Brilliant sound off them, and they stay in your ears. Remember the amount of headphones I went through to find the right ones?
Oh, Laura said she's no access to the community page on iPad.
Who?
Laura.
Oh yeah.
Am I going to be listening to this now all night? Thanks.
Brilliant.
Ian. Thanks, Ian. You're a pal.
I'm going to add that to the group.
Shh. No, Laura, go on. Take the headphones. How can we figure that out for Laura then, if she's no access to the community page on
the iPad?
Are you on Instagram, Laura?
What I'd say, Laura, is are you using an app? You might have to log directly in through
the internet.
Yeah, go into YouTube without the app.
Yeah, and
then so your iPad, you'll have to use it as a PC. That is a great tune. Brilliant. Yeah, I know that song actually. Great. So yeah, so the baby, yeah. So you went got scans and stuff like that this week.
Scans, yeah.
And what did he say?
He's get himself ready to make an appearance. Not sure.
Well, he was always going to do that.
Yeah. But he's getting himself ready now, where he wasn't getting himself ready beforehand. He was just kind of having a little lie down.
Yeah, well, there goes the peace.
Well, there's no peace living with you anyway.
I know. It's been pretty sweet now the last few years. Christian is almost rare. It's grand. You can actually make tea now. What did he make me something day? He made me a pizza one day, didn't he?
Did, yeah.
So
proper homemade pizza.
Back into all that, and it's like you're knee deep in it for about 4 years, aren't you?
You're knee deep in nappies for 3 years.
It's gonna age me.
Best part of
it's gonna age me.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm gonna fall apart in the next few years. Wait and see.
You'll be bald.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with being bald.
No.
So why are you sagging me about me saying I'm going bald?
Because they're just.
What?
know how much
That's
you love
body
your,
shaming me.
I know how much you love your hair.
That's body shaming me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Isn't that
I mean, you
head
don't hear
shaming?
me calling you fat. Well, okay.
You do.
I do all day long, but, you know, it's meant...
You call me a fat girl.
Yeah, because you are. I mean, look at that bump. It's not all baby, is it?
No.
Anyway. So, keep you young,
They
Jay.
do say that babies keep you young.
No, they don't, Laura. They age it. I mean, I never had a grey hair till we had Christian.
No, you aged yourself.
I'll ring.
Don't blame somebody else, because then you're giving up control.
If I cut my
You
hair to a real
aged
sexy
yourself.
hairstyle and shave my beard right off, yeah, I'd look about 10 years younger.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
does
want to.
age you.
I don't want to.
Don't.
I'm not.
Nobody's asking you to.
Well, I'm not.
Super.
I won't.
Grant.
Right then.
Perfect.
Right. So, there's nothing wrong with bald people. There's nothing wrong with bald people. That's terrible, Mr. Ford. Obviously, Mr. Ford has a mad big head of hair, has he?
Oh, I don't know. These are all so sensitive about their hair.
Well, now, some women lose their hair as well.
I know.
And it's a terrible thing because men go bald, right? They get that male pattern baldness. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Women tend to lose it. They tend to just, their density of their hair, and it's awful, and I feel sorry for them. And
it generally happens around menopause, I think.
Yeah, and I remember there was a lady where we worked one time, remember? And her hair, and you're kind of going, I remember I was going up the stairs one time and I looked down and you could see how thin she was, and you're kind of going, yeah. So that's the thing, you see, women slag men, but if it happened to you.
You can get a tablet for it, can't you? And it helps it grow, but it's extremely expensive. Roaccutane, I think it is. It's extremely expensive.
What I've noticed is that a lot of the people I worked with went bald, and like Peter, like your brother-in-law, and what they did was they lost their hair quite young, and they basically manned up and shaved their heads. That's what they did. They just went, oh, do you know what? Because I remember a lot of them had kind of that hair around, you know, certain areas. But then in the end, they just, you know what, just going to shave my head.
Peter was kind of trying to hold on to it for the longest time because he started going bald in his 20s.
Yeah.
And he was trying to hold on to it for the longest time, and then one day he just went, oh, feck it.
But he looks great now.
He does.
It really suits the shaved head. It's like that Jason Statham kind of look. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's thin on top, and shaved his head, and you wouldn't know the difference. And a bald head looks really, really cool. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have the head for it though. If
you have ever seen Love Hate, my brother-in-law looks like the main character in it, Nidge.
I know he doesn't. He does nice. Better looking than him.
I didn't say he was the image of him. I just said he looks like him, and he does look like him. Tom Vaughan. He does.
I was going to call him Sean Vaughan. Yeah. That was great. That thing that he did, Tom Vaughan. Remember he did that
movie.
Yeah,
I recommended it to people a few weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Can't remember.
But he see, the thing is, we know him from playing a gangster in a show in Dublin. But then he was playing this.
He's a fantastic actor.
He was playing his husband, and I think he was gay, but he'd led a straight life his whole life.
Tom Vaughan.
And then he was being made redundant, and then he started to explore his gay side of his personality. But what's it called? Look.
No, I can't find the name.
Well, IMDb.
You continue talking there, and I'll.
Absolutely an amazing show. But brilliant.
Rialto, yeah,
because that's a place in Dublin. Rialto, not Venice, and so that's the thing. But amazing, but he's a very brilliant actor, isn't he?
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah,
absolutely brilliant actor. So I don't see him doing enough stuff.
He does a lot of stage acting.
Doesn't do anything in America or anything. It doesn't do anything in Hollywood. Not yet, anyway. There's a question actually. What happens to these actors in Hollywood? The likes of De Niro and all like that. They start doing terrible movies. Like, what's his name? What's the guy's name? I used to like him. He was in High Fidelity. Guy, you know, his sister's an actor as well. Guy in High Fidelity. John Cusack. They start to do terrible movies.
What about your man that done that shocking movie that we watched that you loved?
What's that? Firing on all cylinders tonight, aren't we?
What is his name?
Jesus.
He was in that 8mm movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, he was in
And the thing with the codes.
Nicolas Cage.
What about him?
No. He's done great movies.
Mother of Divine.
They're great movies. I love those. The ones with the
shocking.
Wacky's World or something like that as well. And then the other thing, remember the Alien?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. No, they're brilliant. I don't mind them going off and doing, because you see, the thing is, they're probably bored themselves. So they start to do these kind of, I'm going to say, alternative or independent kind of movies. But
shocking.
They do them. They usually produce them as well. And I'd say they're probably doing them to help someone out. But they're brilliant. That's really, really odd. But then you see some of them are doing, like, I mean, De Niro and Pacino and stuff like that as well. They must get a huge salary to make these terrible movies. And then the only reason those movies ever see the light of day is because the likes, So people see it's Pacino or De Niro and they go, oh, I'll watch it. And you're kind of going, terrible. Considering, like, when you think about, like, Raging Bull and Heat, just an amazing movie. And then you see them watching this.
Hoo-ha!
Yeah. I never liked De Niro in what's the one, what's that one? The Fockers. Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. They kind of started going downhill a bit then, didn't he?
Yeah,
when you consider he was in Cape Fear.
Yeah, didn't like him in that at all.
That was such an amazing movie.
Didn't like him that. I just, don't like trying to do comedy. But
I don't think I've ever seen your man that was in Silence of the Lambs do anything bad.
Who?
Hello, Clarice.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
I don't think I've ever seen him do something bad.
No. Some of his early stuff is okay, but no. And he's a very... If I could emulate a person, he is a fascinating individual. Like, when you see him being interviewed, he knows his own mind. Now, it's when you're a hugely successful actor, like, you think which cause it is he's a brilliant actor, but his persona and his personality is such that he only did what he wanted to do and he did good stuff. Well,
that's your woman that done that Homeland. Is that what it's called? No. Jesus Christ, it might move my brain.
Baby brain. I'll razor it all off. Yeah. If you are that way inclined, you should. It looks great. I know if I was going bald, that's what I would do.
What was that film we watched? Nomadland.
What's that?
That lady, and she done the 3 billboards.
Oh yeah.
She only does movies that she wants to do.
Oh yeah, she's brilliant, yeah.
And she doesn't give interviews.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah. I think as well, the rise of the likes of Netflix, they all do a lot of terrible movies for Netflix. Like, there's some crap. Netflix produces some amount of rubbish, it does. It really does. And then they have these massive stars in them, and they're just terribly badly made. That's why, again, Bo Burnham, to see this thing inside that he made on his own is fantastic. In comparison, he did this with one camera on his own, no help, did all this, and you consider, like, the millions and millions and millions of dollars that goes into making some of this tripe we have to watch and moaning now. Must be a time, aren't we? But I think I'd say what the guy is saying. We better involve the guys for this. It's not all about you. Not all about you. The best thing about being tall and bald is people just think you're tall. Good man, Rory. Lord, my son shaved his before treatment, sends him bald. Very good. Bittersweet story there, Laura. Obviously. Yeah. Bittersweet, but yes, I think, I suppose if you're in that situation, what did you do?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what people tend to.
Is it?
To do, yeah.
Wear a hat though, because I think your head gets cold out in the winter and stuff, isn't it?
Well, just make sure you have plenty of sunscreen on as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Make sure it doesn't get sunburned out in the sun. Yeah. But I was going to say something. It reminded me of something, actually. But yeah, I think to wear a hat because your head gets quite cold.
Well, all your heat leaves
your head. Yeah.
Your head and your back, isn't it?
But it's better, yeah. But I think, the old chemo. I don't know why it does that. What does it do? Why does it make your hair fall out?
Because it kills all your reproducing cells.
They're a bit sensitive to the chemical, is it?
Well, it kills all your reproducing cells.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not all of them. You die.
Most of them, but some people have to get blood transfusions.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, that's why I was there today talking to a guy, and I'd noticed he had a plaster on his ear, and he says to me, yeah, I was in the weekend, or he said I had to go in and get it. He said I had a cyst on my ear and I had to get it removed, and they're checking to see it's cancerous. Of course, with me with my cyst up my nose, I was like, what?
I wish people would stop telling you shit like that.
I was like, oh, and I went and he's gone. They don't think it is, but they've sent it off just to make sure. So I was like, oh. See, that's the thing for me. I'd unpick that now, and I'd be like, "Oh, cyst on your ear."
You be going like this. What's that, Fee? What's that?
Yeah, no. Well, because that's what they said. It's a cyst up my nose, but obviously, still trying to get an appointment to get.
He's more concerned about his beard.
Is he? Oh, I know exactly. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's a hard thing for people, especially women as well. They say that, like, kind of because they lose their eyebrows as well, and eyelashes and whatnot.
Yeah, and then you see it takes so long to grow a beard as well.
Yeah, but you know what? Isn't it? If the treatment works, isn't it just one of those things that's just part of it, and you have to do it?
Yeah, look, I'd say he gets over it, and then I think the thing then is grow back, and part of the recovery is to kind of the pleasure of growing back your beard and all that kind of stuff, and grow back your hair. Yeah. When it starts to grow back, isn't it? You come off the chemo for a while and it starts to recover from it. Oh God, this conversation gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I know,
because at the back of my mind, I'm kind of going, like what's going on in my nose and my ear. So I mean, try not to think about it. But look, best of luck again, Laura. Best of luck again to your son. What's your son's name? And we'll give him a shout out. We'll send him karma and love. Everybody send him karma and love down the airways. Or maybe I shouldn't ask his name, should I?
No.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Well, you gave out to me last week for asking how he was.
Well, you kind of popped their cherry on it, like so.
Poor chap. He probably doesn't want his mom telling everyone his name.
Well, maybe he has a nickname.
Maybe he does.
Maybe his nickname's Egbert or something like that, and we just call him Egbert.
Okay.
What's his nickname?
Laura's son.
Laura's son. Exactly, B. Stop it. Good. Don't worry, Mark. Now, best of luck, Mark. And we're rooting for you.
Yeah.
Team, what are we? Team Rainmaker.
Hoping for the sun to shine.
Yes. So, and then what you can do then is what we'll do is we'll become beard buddies, and we'll I was going to say I'd shave off my beard but I won't.
He's in Florida.
Oh, fantastic. Well, maybe he should watch. Get him to watch, Laura, and it'll be good for the ratings, won't it? Huh?
You and your bloody ratings.
That's what it's all about. Right, so we're out of time.
Are we? Okay.
Well, we have 120 seconds left.
Okay.
So that's it, guys. Hope you have a lovely. I don't think it's a bank holiday in the UK, is it? Probably is.
It was last weekend, wasn't it?
I don't know. So have a great weekend. We will see you for the next few weeks.
Is it the Queen's birthday or something? Is that what it is?
Why are you always so talkative at the end? Why can't we just...
I'm asking a question.
Why, are you going to send her a card?
Well, I might myself and Lizzie are like that.
The English people do not like you referring to the Queen of England, Scotland, the United Kingdom, whatever.
And Northern Ireland.
And the Commonwealth. They don't like you referring to her as Lizzie. It's like people calling the Pope Frankie.
I'm allowed to call her.
Not that the Pope is our king or anything like that.
She said to me.
She didn't.
What she said? Well, will I tell you what she said?
It's Her Majesty the Queen of England.
Will I tell you what she said?
What?
Nessa, you can call me Lizzie all you like.
That's very like her.
I know, because we're like that. We spend so much time, me and her.
Does she do an impression of you? Does she?
She goes, I'll go on there when I say. Would you be on the Zoom the whole time?
See you, Laura. No bank holiday weekend. Okay.
It was last week, yeah. I think.
So what?
I think Laura's a little bit like me at the minute. Days and nights are just rolling into each other.
I think once the good weather goes and everyone stops camping, we'll get the full crew back, and it'll be we'll be back to normal. So
I'm happy with the diehards.
So am I. So there you go. So that's it then. Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be all delighted for us getting a few weeks off.
Slán, Ihawa, Slán, Gafol, Agus, Bon Soltas, and Guramahagat, and
I'm gonna have to learn some Irish.
So on and so forth. So see you guys.
Don't see you through the week. See you through the window.
See you through the window. See, now it takes a second now for it to catch up, so I should say Slán, really. Slán
Walia.
Live. I think it's Libh. stupid autocorrect. Sean Live.
Agus gorma. Hagot.
Oh, look, it said Sean Live. God damn it. Can I edit that?
You can delete it.
No.
Remove it and then...
No, I'm not removing it. I don't like doing that. Slán. Stupid joke. Slán Live. Yeah, there you go. Say window in Irish, Faye.
I don't know what it is.
Winyog.
Fwyniog.
Winyog.
Fwyniog.
No, I don't think you pronounce the FH. It's Winyog. We always say
I was
Fwyniog.
taught as Fwyniog.
No, but it's not. FH is silent. I've learned that it's Inyog. Winyog.
Winyog.
Yeah, go
Why
on.
do you want me to say
I
that?
don't know, because it probably sounds funny.
Winyog.
Right.
See, compared to you, I have a very Dublin accent.
Okay, we're gonna go. Everyone's bailing. See you guys.
Bye.
I have to end it here now. Right now.